This just told us everything about the Rangers' future. New York had a very active day to start off the free agency frenzy yesterday, but what are their goals and aspirations moving forward? How does the team plan on remaining financially flexible for an offseason like next one? I break it down here in just a moment. Welcome back to Rangers Digest. I am your host, Bret Botfeld, and it is great to be back with you guys on this glorious Wednesday morning, the 2nd of July, for another sizzling edition of Rangers Digest here on YouTube. And guys, the Rangers had a very active day yesterday. And before I recap the entire day that they had and what it means for the team, not only right now, but moving forward, a quick reminder that about 77% of you that currently watch these videos are unsubscribed. So what are you guys doing? Please hit that free subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers. Guys, let's hop right into the video. The Rangers had a very, very busy day yesterday to kick off the start of free agency. Here is Pierre LeBrun breaking this news at about 10 to 1 yesterday. Like I said, guys, I'm giving you a recap here of what happened yesterday. Darius and I already made multiple videos about this, but kind of doing a recap here and talking about what it means not only for this season but for future seasons. Pierre LeBrun had it first. He said Vladislav Gavrikov has signed with the New York Rangers. It was for 7 years, $49 million total for Gavrikov with the New York Rangers. Guys, we all expected Gavrikov to sign with the New York Rangers, but we thought it was going to be at a much higher compensation, guys. Moving right along, a follow-up here. So as you can see, Gavrikov signing that 7-7 with the Rangers, and Pierre LeBrun added to what he tweeted saying he suspects that he had richer offers elsewhere. And guys, this is extremely key because it seems like Gavrikov is a guy that wants to be a New York Ranger. As you can see right there, LeBrun suspects he had higher offers to play elsewhere, but he wants to be here on Broadway. And it is a beautiful thing to see because we have had an offseason where there were reports coming out from Larry Brooks and others saying that the Rangers had a players-only meeting hosted by Artemi Panarin. We know who the ringleaders of that meeting probably were, a guy like Mika Zibanejad as well. So it is really refreshing to have guys that want to be a New York Ranger. When we have heard the media talk about so often that nobody wants to sign here anymore, whether it's for, the state income tax or whatever it may be, that is false. We have homegrown talent that wants to be here, like a Will Cuylle, who we'll get into and discuss later on here in the video. A guy like Gavrikov coming in from the outside. So it seems like this New York Rangers brand is still strong. And Pierre LeBrun once again following up. Very reasonable chance Vladislav gets more than Ivan Provorov, who got $8.5 million over 7 years to stay in Columbus, which was absolutely, positively absurd. And that's why I was extremely low on Gavrikov, guys, because I never doubted the talent. I never doubted the player. I just suspected it would be a bad move for the Rangers, considering where they were at in their current trajectory, and especially after the Ivan Provorov news came out that he set the market a high bar, cashing in $8.5 million over 7 seasons. I said to myself, you guys can go back and watch all the videos. I have stood true and claimed that Gavrikov is the best available defenseman on the market. I understand Provorov is a good player. I understand Aaron Ekblad is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, but let's be honest, guys, his durability is a major issue. Gavrikov is the best all-around defenseman available, and the Rangers were able to snag him, but not only snag him, bring him in for less compensation for Ivan Provorov, which is absolutely amazing because Ivan Provorov, guys, is a dude that simply does not hit anybody, coming off his worst hit per game ratio of his career by far at just 0.3, guys. 0.3 hits per game when it comes to Ivan Provorov. And I know what the rebuttal is going to be, guys. You guys are going to say that, Gavrikov isn't exactly a bruiser, right? Let's go back to the 2021-2022 season where Gavrikov had 124 hits in 82 games. This past season, a major dip at just 50 hits in 82 games. But the bright side, guys, is that the Rangers are not bringing in Gavrikov to be an enforcer, but rather a defensive stopper, and he certainly is that. As we get into these AFP analytics, they do a great job here. Take a look at the Rangers' newest addition, Vladislav Gavrikov, a terrific passer, obviously there, and his defensive impact is so outstanding. This guy is a defensive stopper. This guy wants to play with Adam Fox. You saw Emily Kaplan speak about that the last few days. She does a great job with ESPN. He is going to fit in seamlessly on that first defense pairing with Adam Fox, the yin, the yang, the lefty-righty combination. Adam Fox bringing the offensive upside. Vladislav Gavrikov bringing that defensive stopper, that physical force. While he may not be a bruiser or an enforcer, he is a physical presence. Nevertheless, he is a defensive stopper. This is a guy that's been on contending teams. This is a guy that has extremely high hockey IQ, which the Rangers are absolutely starving for. And this deal, while it may not age the best, this is going to be an elite first pairing on the defense for the next 3 to 5 years with Adam Fox and Vladislav Gavrikov. So I am really excited about that. And like I said, it is a plus that, I was not always huge on Gavrikov coming to New York, but the matter of fact is I was extremely down on Ivan Provorov. And since the Rangers were able to bring in Gavrikov at a lower rate, it makes me happy, it makes me excited, and Rangers fans should be excited about Gavrikov. This is a very good player, so I certainly don't want to rain on anybody's parade. Moving right along here, this was really interesting. This came out right after Pierre LeBrun's tweet, guys, moments after, from NHL Rumor Report, and moments after Gavrikov signs. It sounds like K'Andre Miller is being traded to Carolina. Wow. That was a bomb. The only thing was we were left in the lurch, lingering the entire day, waiting for the information to come out on just exactly what the compensation would be when it comes to K'Andre Miller to Carolina, because this is a rival in the Eastern Conference. And if we know anything about Chris Drury, folks, it's that he does not make massive deals within the Eastern Conference, but in this scenario, he certainly did. And I said to myself, you could check the videos from yesterday, I said if Chris Drury is making a deal with the Devil, the Carolina Panthers, thinking of the NFL, the Carolina Hurricanes, if he is making a deal with the Devil, he is certainly getting a major haul in return, and boy, did he get a major haul. Take a look at this, guys, from Vince Mercogliano, Rangers Insider. Did a terrific job throughout the entire free agency frenzy. The details of the New York Rangers sending K'Andre Miller to Carolina in a sign and trade have come together. Thank you, Vince. He had it. A conditional 2026 first-round pick, top 10 protected, and better of the Carolina-Dallas picks. What that is alluding to, folks, is that Mikko Rantanen trade that went down at the deadline. A 2026 second-rounder. And, guys, this cannot go overlooked. Right-handed defenseman Scott Morrow. The kid is a stud. The kid has tremendous upside. And, guys, this is huge for the Rangers, because if they were to just let him walk away, for an offer sheet, from the Detroit Red Wings or whoever it may be, they would have received the first-round pick and third-round pick compensation. But the Rangers are getting the better of Carolina's 2 first-round picks, and instead of a third-round pick, they are getting a second-round pick next year as well, and they are getting a very, very intriguing prospect, guys, here. One of Carolina's best prospect. And, guys, I got a couple notes here on Scott Morrow. Scott Morrow, this guy is an effective and reliable 3-zone player. If you look back at his career, guys, he has contributed at every single level. First defenseman in UMass history to record 30-plus points. In the AHL, he was an all-star for the Chicago Wolves. This guy not only did it at the collegiate level, not only did it at the AHL level, but he has some time in the NHL from last season where he played in 14 games. He had 6 points, which is solid, nearly a half point per game player, along with being a +4 on the ice. So the team was better when he was on the ice. But not only that, the coaching staff in Carolina had a lot of confidence in this kid because he was playing in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Carolina Panthers. I keep saying the Carolina Panthers. Against the Florida Panthers, early morning here. But this kid, look, not saying he's going to be a superstar. I don't want to act like, I lead the fan club here for Scott Morrow. But this is a tremendous prospect to get along with a first-round pick, top 10 protected, and a second-round pick. This is tremendous for K'Andre Miller, who, guys, let's not forget, K'Andre Miller, not only is Ivan Provorov going to be making more than Gavrikov, but so is K'Andre Miller. What a joke. What an absolute joke. I mean, Carolina could afford to do it with all their cap space. They had over $27 million before making this move. Ton of draft capital. Makes sense for them to do it. A ton of aging defensemen like Burns, like Orlov, 40-year-olds, 33-year-olds with, Carolina doesn't exactly know what the future holds for those guys, so it makes sense to inject some youth. And Carolina's cocky. You already see their fans. They think, they're going to turn K'Andre Miller here into the best thing since sliced bread, please. I mean, amateur hour. This guy, we've seen K'Andre Miller here for, half a decade already. This guy is not a superstar by any stretch. And like I said, his first 3 seasons in the NHL, he was on the uprise, but the last 3 seasons, he's been on the decline. And as you guys know, the Rangers need to be in the business of bringing in players on the rise, not on the decline. Guys, going to finish up right here. Boom! Will Cuylle back with the Rangers. How great is this? 2 years, $3.9 million. This is perfect, absolutely spectacular. The Rangers go from a Will Cuylle making 6 figures in his first 2 NHL seasons, rewarding him for playing outstanding hockey, more than doubling his point total from his first season last year, going from 21 points to 45 points. This is a physical player. It is hard to find players that are as physical as Will Cuylle that's going to freaking lay you out and put the puck in the net in a variety of different ways, folks. Will Cuylle does not grow on trees, a big physical frame. Not only that, he is fast for his size. He wants to be a Ranger. He is homegrown. This is the perfect bridge deal. Chris Drury couldn't have drew it up any better. What a day for Chris Drury. I have been hard on him because this plan was weird from the beginning, waiting for the Gavrikov domino to fall, because essentially you're waiting for another team and another player to settle their negotiations before you go ahead and do, your business, take care of your business. But luckily for Drury, the LA Kings and Gavrikov, negotiations fell apart fast, and Drury was able to pounce and then get all his ducks in a row. And it was a tremendous day for Chris Drury and the New York Rangers yesterday. But I want to hear your comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you grade Chris Drury's day yesterday? What grade do you give it? Give it a letter grade down below. I am very curious to hear that. And guys, don't forget, we have a live stream coming your way today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to break down everything New York Rangers, all the deals and transactions that were made. And as you know, the Rangers certainly made a lot of them. And another thing, don't forget to follow us on X. Our account is at Rangers Digest YouTube. The YouTube is abbreviated, so it is at Rangers Digest YT on X. Got a lot more social media coming your way. Going to look into some merch as well. But that is going to do it for another sizzling edition of Rangers Digest. Don't forget to tune in later, guys. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Coming hot, coming heavy. Bring your questions. Drop your letter grades down below for Chris Drury's day yesterday. Free agency frenzy. It was very entertaining. But that is going to do it, guys. We will see you guys later. One last quick reminder to hit that free subscribe button down below if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers.